Hey, what's up guys? This is AJ and I'd like to welcome you to this video, this very special video that I've been holding in my heart for you guys ever since my birthday. You see, ever since I turned 20, I feel like the Lord has put it in my heart to share 20 lessons that I've learned before the age of 20, plus one bonus, 20 lessons that I've picked up from books, from people around me, and just from general life lessons. If you are younger than 20, please remove distractions, listen, and even if you're older than 20, connect with me and maybe you'll learn something new. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Number 1. Life is made out of choices. The difference between you and your best self is a sequence of small choices. Some choose to wake up in the morning and have a greasy, oily, fatty breakfast, whilst others choose to have something that is nutrient rich, something light, something that carries them throughout the day, something that nourishes their body. If you have to look at the Bible in Deuteronomy 30:19, the Bible says, "I call heaven and earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life and death, blessing and curse. Therefore, choose life, that you and your offspring may live." This is beautiful because God gives us the ability to choose. He gives us the ability to have free will, to choose to be better, to choose life. Yes, the glass may be empty, but why torture yourself with how much you're lacking, where you could be thinking about how much you have in abundance? Yes, you may not have money, but you may have a lot of friends and family that love you. Yes, you may be lonely, but you still have the ability to walk. You still have the potential to meet people. There are a lot of people who are sick. They may have the world, they may have money, but they don't have their health, and you have yours. Picture this, you're attacking a big goal. Maybe you want to start a new business or lose a lot of weight, or maybe you want to, get into a relationship, but you don't know where to start. Always remember this. Start small. Break down your goal or your big transition or whatever you're going through that's really big and overwhelming for you into small choices, into little choices you can make, little baby steps that you can take in order to reach it. And listen, I know it may be hard. It may be really difficult to make those little choices and those little sacrifices that you have to make in order to become better. But those little choices and those little sacrifices accumulate. They grow into becoming you, the best version of you. Number 2, I always say this to my BB Cool audience. I say this to my channel. I say this to my friends, my family. Your 3 most important assets, the ones that you have, is your time, your money, and your energy. Make sure that you always audit and account how you spend this, who you spend this with, where you spend this, and when you spend these 3 assets of yours. If you want to be rich in life, never spend your money recklessly. Don't be a consumer. Always be a producer. Your time you will never get back. Always make sure you audit where it goes. Put your time in the right direction. Your energy is something that as you get older, you don't get back. So now if you're my age, if you're younger, if you're a bit older than me, if you're still young, use your energy in the right direction. Use it to serve. Use it to add value into the world instead of taking. I remember walking with my dad in Portugal. It was a really hot night in summertime, and he was talking to me. We always go on these walks where he just gives me wisdom. He just conveys a lot of his thoughts, and I really pick through his mind. And it's really a privilege, actually. And he said something amongst all the things he was saying that really hit me, and it changed my life completely. He said, always, 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 if you want to stand out in life, if you want to be the best in university, if you want your business to be the best of the best, if you want your church to be the best of the best, if you want your body to be the best of the best, make sure you always go the extra mile. Make sure you always push one step ahead, everyone. Make sure you always push yourself to the limit and a bit more. Make sure you always go the extra mile. I don't know what the best is. I want to be the best, but I don't know what the best is. I can't control that. That's outside of my control. But what I can control is my best, and I can be my best. And by me being my best is me going my extra mile, by me pushing forward despite the pain, despite the hurt that I might be in, despite my circumstances and my conditions. I will push forward. I remember listening to this interview done by a sports reporter interviewing Muhammad Ali, the late great Muhammad Ali, rest in peace. And basically he was interviewing him, asking him, how do you stay so fit? How many crunches do you do to maintain your abs? And basically Muhammad Ali, after thinking for a little bit, looked at him and said, I don't know. Honestly, I only start counting when it hurts. And that's the mentality you should have in life. I only start counting when it hurts. I push myself beyond. At work, I push myself beyond. At school, I push myself beyond. At the gym, I push myself beyond. In everything I do, I push myself beyond. I always go the extra mile. Number 4, focus on collaborating instead of competing. Now, this is very, very difficult for a lot of people to understand because in some circumstances, it's best for you to be competitive. In other circumstances, it's best for you to be collaborative. Let me break it down for you. So if you have to speak about competitiveness, this world itself is very competitive. And a lot of us have been conditioned, or we've gone through experiences where we have to be competitive. I myself have done martial arts ever since I was a kid, everything from karate to judo, with a little bit of Muay Thai sprinkled on like Salt Bay. But when you enter into like some type of sport, whether you do football like I did as well, or whether you do, rugby or whatever it is, you enter a competitive zone. And if you, in the business world, I'm a business student as well, you enter into a competitive world, a competitive zone. Everything is competitive. But sometimes in life, that's not the way you should go. Sometimes in life, it's important to realize that you're not against someone else. So a good example I have of people being competitive where they should not be competitive is, for instance, you go on a date. Let's say I'm on a date with a pretty girl and I come with the mentality of, I need to come with a nice watch and rings and a nice shirt, and I need to come and look higher value than her. I need to be cooler than her. I need to come out and say the cool, perfect James Bond thing. And that's not the mentality you should be taking. In fact, the mentality you should be taking is, hey, you're a cool person. I'm a cool person. Let's come together and let's make a cool environment for both of us. Let's get to know each other. Let's create a nice, positive, nice environment. Another example I have is in church. Sadly, a lot of the time in a lot of churches, a lot of people compete, whether it's competing to, be in the front, or whether it's competing to be in the eye of the pastor, or whether it's competing to be the one that's seen as the most holy, when it's the wrong thing to do. In fact, we should be working together to create a holy environment where the Holy Spirit can work and save everyone who needs saving, especially in teamwork. Working in teams will be impossible if you are competitive. You will not win. But if you're collaborative, you will shine like a star in your team. If you are the person that's saying, hey, look, let's make this a nice, professional, efficient environment. You can do that. You're really good at that. Let's do that. You do this. You do that. Let's come together and let's make something beautiful. If you can come and do that, get over yourself and do that, I'm sure your boss, your employer will look at you and be like, this is the person who should be the leader. So before you go out to uni, to work, I want you to come out with the mentality of, I'm here to give, I'm here to share, I'm here to collaborate, I'm here to give, I'm on your team. We are on the same team. And I promise you, you'll feel the weight off your shoulders. Number 5, and this is one that is super, super hard for people to understand. And that's the fact that it's okay to be alone. In fact, you have to be alone. If you want to be successful, God is going to put you in a period of loneliness. I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to go through a period where you're alone. And it's okay to be single. There are a lot of people who are in toxic relationships, in friendships they shouldn't be in, because they're just scared to be alone. They can't handle being alone. And I'm going to tell you now, if you're in high school, if you're in university, probably, if you're in high school, if you're in, primary school, wherever you are, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to sit alone at lunch. It's okay to read a book in the library alone, but you won't be alone forever. Just realize you won't be alone forever, but it's okay to be alone sometimes. It's okay to have seasons of loneliness. The beautiful part about being alone is that you get to explore who you are. You explore the inner workings of your mind. You learn things about yourself. Yes, you're alone, but you can learn new skills. You can become better. Yes, you're alone, but you can read more. Yes, you're alone, you can go to the gym, you can work on yourself, and you can work on meeting new people. You can start all over. One thing I did is when I couldn't make friends in my own high school, I went out and I made friends outside my high school. It's okay to be alone. It's really fine. And before we get back into the video, I just want to say a quick thank you very much for all the support. I noticed we are huge now. My mind is blown. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the support you've been showing me. We have people from all over the world watching the channel. I have people calling me, messaging me from, St. Lucia to like Guyana to like, I have someone from Bosnia, then there are people from Russia, and there are people from all over the globe watching this channel. Thank you very much for joining the BUB Cool family. We have a lot of new eyes on the channel. Please like and subscribe. Please comment. And if you want more content like this, please make sure that you click the bell icon so you can see a notification every time I drop. So I decided to come out here because I wanted to get a bit more life in this video. I believe that the studio lights and the insideness of everything is just PTSD from 2020, and nobody wants that. So anyway, let's get into the sixth thing I learned before 20, something that's super important and super key to who I am right now. I hope you don't mind the wind. But number 6 is give and don't take. In fact, in life, it's very important that you learn this principle. If you want to be successful, if you want to give to the world and be remembered for something more than just, your family members, more than your friends, but by people out there that are, miles and miles away from you, if you want to impact your generation, you have to understand the principle of throwing value into the void, giving and not taking. Meaning, you have to understand how to give as much as possible. Become a giver. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what do I mean by giving and not taking? By throwing value into the void and by choosing to become the best version of yourself. This is what I mean. There's this book written by a very, very intelligent man, in my opinion, one of my favorite authors. I know I say that for everyone. And his name is Adam Grant. And he highlights 3 types of people: the givers, the takers, and the matchers. Givers are people who give to the void. They give out value, expecting nothing in return. And they tend to perform either the best in the workplace, in the business world, or the worst, according to Adam Grant. Then there are matchers who match the energy that they receive. So they'll receive something and they'll match that energy. And those people are the types of people that will do okay, moderately. They'll remain average in the workspace. Then there are takers. And these types of people are the types of people that choose to receive only. And those are the people that drain. In social environments, they drain the energy. You walk into the room and people are like, oh no, it's this person again. They're back. And those are the people you should avoid. The people that take your time, your money, and your energy. Those are the people you shouldn't be around. So in life, focus on giving. When you go out today, why don't you just compliment someone? Go and give out good energy, positive energy. Tell a loved one how much you love them. Go and give to charity. Go and give. Give to church. Go and give a Bible verse to someone who might be going through something. You never know. Giving is the secret to life. That's the secret to success. This next piece of advice came from a bit of a personal space for me. It actually came from when I was younger, a very early memory of mine, and I speak about this in my book, Be Cool, The Ultimate Teenage Guide. You can buy that on Amazon, by the way, in ebook format. But as I think about this concept, it really keeps reoccurring in my life. You see, this concept is the idea that there are 3 types of friends or people that will come into your life, and they will come for 3 types of reasons: a friend for a reason, a friend for a season, and a friend for life. And if you find either one of these people, you have to know how to discern which one is which. Friends for life are people that come into your life for life. These can be your university friends, your high school friends, but people that you've known for a long time and will stay in your life forever. Then there are friends for a season, and these are people that come for maybe a period of your life. Maybe your transition period into university, maybe you're in high school, maybe you're friends for primary school, maybe you're friends in a certain work environment, but they're a friend for a specific season, then it fizzles off. And then there are friends for a reason, and these are the friends that come into your life for a specific purpose. This can be for business, this can be for whatever reason, but they come for a specific God-given sometimes purpose. And these are the types of people that you use to propel yourself. Lesson number 8, be in control of your environment. This places the control of your environment in your control. I know that's a lot of control, but it takes the focus away from the external world and into your own space. A lot of us have, unproductive lives, have lives that aren't very good. We're lazy because our space isn't good. An environment that smells good, an environment that is nice to be in, is the type of environment that people that are successful thrive in. So yes, clean your space, guys. Stand up and go clean your room. Learn to rewire yourself, rewire your mind. Us as human beings, we're used to pleasure over pain. We want to avoid pain by any means. The truth is, in order to become successful in life, in order to become anything in life, you have to go through what I call the pain period. In my interview with my dad, I say that pain, struggling, pain is the not only the prerequisite for success, but it is the barrier of entry to be successful. If you want to go where you want to be, if you want to get that body, that partner, that life that you've always wanted, you want to travel the globe, you want to meet all types of people, you want to make all types of money, you want to make yens and pesos and dinero and all types of money, then my friend, you should learn how to take the pain. You should rewire your brain and say pain is good sometimes. Pain is not bad. Sometimes it's okay to hurt. Sometimes when you come back from the gym, you will feel terrible. It will suck. Sometimes when you're done studying, it will really mess your brain up, but at the end of the day, it's worth it because you will get to where you have to be. Of all the judgments we pass in life, none is as important as the one we pass on ourselves. Nathaniel Branden. Be in control of your self-judgment. Be in control of what you think of yourself. Don't allow other people, don't give someone external to you the power in your life to determine your self-control, your self-value, Your self-value is determined by yourself. Never let anybody, especially someone external from you, someone who wasn't there when you're at your lowest, someone who didn't see your tears, someone who wasn't there for the pain and the sweat, tell you how you should value yourself. Your self-judgment is important. You are important. You are enough, and that's all that matters. You are better than yourself yesterday, and that's all that matters. Number 11, we see people not as they are, but as they appear to us. Robert Greene. Don't simply fall for appearance. Don't simply fall for the lies or maybe the truth that people tell you just to seem like they're on your side. If you're a gossiper and you gossip with someone, your favorite partner to gossip with, trust me, they gossip about you. If you're someone who lies and you like lying about people, there are people that lie about you too. At the end of the day, you got to realize that appearance is just that, perception. It's just appearance. At the end of the day, perception is imperfect. We can only see what people choose to show us. We can only see what we see on social media, which is probably fake 90% of the time. 90% of people don't really have the cars that they drive or the houses that they claim to own or whatever it is. Always look deeper. Look at someone's actions, not at their words. What do they do and not what they say? How did they deliver on what they promise? Number 12. This is the theory of associative thinking, and this is something really interesting that just came to me quite recently in an interview I was watching on YouTube. And this is the idea that there are no new ideas. It's this weird concept that as human beings, we learn from each other and we choose to pick and take what we can from other people and make it our own and bring our newness, our pure self, our essence into it. So whatever you do, educate yourself, learn from different perspectives, learn from different people. If you're older than 20, if you're older than me and you have my book and you're watching this video and you follow me, may the Lord bless you because you're a sponge, you're learning and you have new ideas. You'll find yourself being a creative individual because you're willing to learn. Number 13 is a bit more interesting because it's two parts. It's a two-parter. It comes as two components. Number 1, you are who you attract. You attract who you are. At the end of the day, if you're someone who's low self-esteem, you're lazy, you're someone who's passive and very apathetic, you will attract those types of people. If you're someone who's, I don't know, you have an addictive personality, maybe you're struggling with pornography addiction or alcohol addiction or whatever it is, drug addiction, and you hang around those people, those are the types of people you will attract. At the end of the day, you are who you attract. The second part of number 13 that I want you to understand, especially when it comes to relationships, is stop pursuing and start attracting. Stop pursuing that girl, that guy that is constantly out of your grip, and just start attracting, start becoming that person that you want to be, that person that you're attracted to. Become that person and start living, start attracting to you. It'll come to you. Nathaniel Branden speaks about how high self-esteem people attract other high self-esteem people, and low self-esteem people tend to attract other low self-esteem people. At the end of the day, if you're low self-esteem, if you don't see yourself as enough, if you're not working on yourself, on your body, on your life, on your finances, on every aspect of yourself, then you're going to attract someone who's a mess. And at the end of the day, you need to hear this if you are a mess. Work on yourself. Go outside today and go and gym. You know, go and work on yourself, and you will attract the best person to you. Number 14. I remember as a kid going through the story of Jonah and how the Lord chose him and told him to go to Nineveh and tell the people to repent and turn back to him. Although Jonah did something, he ran away. He went in the opposite direction of where God told him to go, and so he was swallowed by the whale, and he spent 3 days in the belly of the whale, and he came out and he went to Nineveh, and everyone repented, and we were all saved. But there was something really, really key. There was a moment where Jonah was speaking with God, and God confronted him and said, hey, look, they don't know their left hand from their right hand. All right? The Bible says that my people perish due to a lack of knowledge. There are people out there, and this is the next point, there are people out there that aren't as maybe as well versed or as well knowledgeable as you are. You're gonna meet people that are very, very difficult to work with. You know, there's a quote by a famous philosopher named Arthur Schopenhauer. I don't know how to pronounce his surname, but I'll put his surname up on the screen somewhere. And he says, when you're walking down the street and you trip on a rock, you don't get angry at the rock. And that's what people are. People are rocks. People are people. We'll make mistakes. We will disappoint each other. We'll constantly cause each other to fall and stumble. But the thing you need to understand, the key thing you need to understand, especially if you want to be a leader, if you want to innovate and you want to be inspirational to other people, is you need to understand that we all make mistakes, and people are people. Some people don't know their left hand from their right hand. Be patient with others. Be compassionate with others. Treat others as you treat yourself. I remember I released a video on the 3 types of love, and one of the love is self-love, and the other type of love is love towards others, love that you show towards others, loving others as you love yourself. And that's exactly what you should be doing in this day and age, especially in this time where love is a commodity. It is so rare to find love in its purest form. Keep that in mind. Lesson number 15 is super key. I remember I sat down with my dad for an interview. You can watch the interview down in the description below, and it blew up. I think it's almost at 80,000 views, 79,000 views by now. And something that I learned from him particularly, and something he really emphasized on, was the power of character. There's a very powerful quote that I have up on my threads. If you want to follow me on threads, I'll put the link of my threads down in the description below. I post like quotes and stuff like that. If you're interested and you want to just get a little bite-sized bits of knowledge and wisdom, then make sure you follow me on threads. But there's a quote that says, character is fate, by a man named Heraclitus. And that is something that is just, it's stuck with me ever since like I read this. It just took over my life because it shows something very key. Character is fate. Character takes you to where you should be. Your character should never ever be compromised by your external success, by your partner. You might have the cutest, most beautiful partner. You might have the biggest house, the fastest car, the most money in your bank account. Your character must never be compromised. Character is fate, my friend. Number 16 is something that is extremely important. A lot of us are suffering from this, and we will continue to suffer from this if we don't fix it. To neglect the scar is to renew the wound. Listen to me, if you're young and you're going through something, you've gone through something traumatic, listen, if you don't sort this out now, if you don't look for help, if you don't fight to overcome this right now, whether it's insecurity, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whether it's suicidal thoughts, whatever it is, if you have this now and you're not addressing the scar, the wound will renew as you grow up. If you don't pull out the weed, if you don't take it at the root, it'll manifest into a massive tree, a tree that you won't even be able to control. I'm surrounded by trees, really big trees with huge trunks and roots. That could be your problems growing if you don't address it now. That's something that I always do. If there's a problem, the Bible says, if you are angry at your brother, don't let the sun go down with your anger. Go and sort it out. Don't come to the altar when you're unforgiving in your heart. Go and sort it out. Go and tend to the scar, and your life, my friend, will align itself in the direction you want it to go. This is actually a concept that impacted my life as soon as I learned about it. And it's very simple, it's very key. The 20-year-old you, the 19-year-old you, the 17-year-old you, however old you are now, the young version of you should take care of the 40, 50, 30-year-old you. Should take care of the future you. Because financially,
mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, relationship-wise, if you don't get that sorted now, or you don't have to get it sorted now, but if you don't start working and developing and growing on yourself now in that aspect, it's not going to get better when you get to a position where you have a lot of responsibility. My 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, if you want to go and pursue your dreams, do it now while you have no responsibilities, while you don't have, a family to take care of, you don't have a wife or a husband, you don't have kids, you don't have, all these things. While you're young, go and pursue your passions. Go and do what you want to do, and do it with your full self in it. Go and put your full self into it. Go the extra mile. Don't do it unless you're going to put your full self into it. Make sure that you save. Don't be a consumer. Be a producer. Take care of that 40-year-old you. Put your money into an index fund. Learn how stocks work. Learn how to, if it means you lose money, you lose money. But put your time, your money, your energy into taking care of your older self, because you only have one you. There's no second you. If you die, there is no second chance. All right, this isn't Pac-Man. So take care of yourself. Take care of your body. When you wake up in the morning, you don't have to go on your phone. Why don't you stretch and go and drink water and go and read a book and then go outside and get some sunlight? Just take care of yourself. Lesson number 18. God is the reason I live. He's my purpose. He's the reason why I breathe. I will serve him with my talents, with my resources, with my money, with everything I have. I'll serve him enthusiastically with my energy. I'll give him my all every day, because at the end of the day, we're all born with divine missions. We all have intrinsic divine missions, and as we go through life, it's up to you to make that come into fruition, to manifest that. So if you put in the effort, God will meet you halfway, literally.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Something that is quite interesting about a lot of people, especially a lot of people that don't understand this very key principle to success, and this is point 19, I believe. Be okay, or learn to be okay under authority. In church, we're under the authority of our man of God, our pastor. In life, you're under the authority of your boss or your parents. If you don't learn how to be okay under authority, you'll never be in authority. Learn to be fine under authority. Learn to hold yourself below others, and you will put yourself as a leader above others in no time. This last one, number 20, the 20th one, the last one, if you made it to the end, may the Lord bless you, by the way, is endurance plus diligence equals growth. If you want to see any growth in your life, you have to understand that endurance is key. Endurance is key in life. Life is full of setbacks. Life is a test of willpower, and it's for those who can make it to the end. The Bible talks about Paul saying, I ran my race and I made it to the end. I've done my race as a Christian. I made it to the end. I made it because I endured it. I endured it to the end. And that's what all of us need to look forward to. And if we just add a little bit of diligence, just sprinkle a little bit of diligence there, and you work well. Not only you work hard, not only you work long, but you work well, and you put your full self all the time, every time, my friend, your life will never be the same again. Success and growth will come rapidly. Endurance plus diligence equals success, equals growth, equals the best version of you. Well, my friend, if you made it to the end, may the Lord bless you. I never take it lightly because your time is important to me. I pray that one of these points may have benefited anyone out there, and I pray that the Lord may bless every single one of you watching this. Thank you very much.